And I should be live now, finally. I was checking on some things and got a little sidetracked there. Anyway, how are y'all doing? How you doing, Ray? Pork chop? Hope y'all are doing well. I hope the audio sounds good. I think me and Tim, and I think it sounds better with it up there. I don't know. I never did listen to the playback last night, but we'll see. It shows it on the little meter on StreamYard that the audio is working. Check 1, 2, 3. Yep, it's got little green lines going across there. Sounds good. One of these days, I want you to say it sounds great, but probably we're not going to get greatness out of a microphone like this. But I don't know. Anyway, so hope y'all are doing well out there and staying warm. I did wind up getting a couple of reviews done today, but that was about it. And today is the day. All right. Good deal. I was looking at man, they've added a the terms of use on Spark keeps getting longer. It's 4060 right now. I think it was 50. Well, let me look. 50. No, 49. 49. But with the house heated up today, I think it got up to like 70, 71. It's supposed to be 81 tomorrow. And then 71 on Sunday with rain. Usually Sundays are my best day for Spark. And 84 Monday was some rain. And windy again Tuesday. Oh, wow. Wednesday, 61 degrees and 35 for. Man, I am so tired of this roller coaster. Hello, Nova. Nova Hustles. Um, I'm not, because I didn't get all of the terms of use on Spark, but I did notice a couple of things so far. I didn't finish scrolling through it, but um, this is the same thing as always. Passengers are prohibited from assisting with you with the service for performing services under their own Spark app account while a passenger in your vehicle. So if somebody else has a Spark account and they're riding together, they're not supposed to be using their Spark, I guess, which I don't really know that I agree with that one. Well, I would agree with it like on curbside pickups, but if you had two people and you each got a small shopping order, I don't I don't see the big deal about that. So apparently you're not supposed to be a passenger in a car and using your Spark app and them using theirs. Anyway, but this is new. I think it's new. I don't remember seeing it in the last update. Uh, Comply with Walmart adds additional forms on your of account credentials or authentication factors. So in other words, and on the next one I read, it'll show up. I'll read more, but apparently they're saying that you have to comply with that. But it also says report concerns of unauthorized use of your Spark app account within 24 hours of discovery by calling Spark app. Uh, they're throwing phone numbers in here now. Report concerns of unauthorized use of your Spark app. So apparently, people are saying, well, my Spark app was stolen or whatever. Anyway, you're supposed to report it. But here, identification verification, you agree to show your unexpired valid driver's license issued by the state in the U.S., showing your name and your photo upon request by Walmart. So I think this was in the last update. So you definitely have to show your ID if they ask for it. I just wish they would. Some Walmarts do up north from what I see on Reddit, but They don't hear. 64 degrees. Anyway, that was the updates. And uh, I don't know anything about the one card that Spark switched to because I switched to direct deposit, but I don't remember. Whoa, I didn't see that. Whoa. Yeah, you can't get it. I wasn't able to get into my branch account because I know there wasn't money there, but a while back I was going to go back and check just to make sure there wasn't $1 or something left on it. But I couldn't log back into it, and it wanted me to sign back up and all this and that. I said, "The heck with it. If there's $1 in there, they can have it." I don't know anything about the branch or that one card because I just did the direct deposit. It's so much easier because I was having to transfer money from the branch card to my bank account. Now it's just direct deposit. Now I'm gonna so. I never had rideshare insurance on my car, but anyway, I know you're supposed to, but I didn't do enough of it to amount to anything. And I didn't read the rest of that next one. And you know what I'm talking about. So, oh, okay. Yeah, I'll reply. Yeah, I just, anyway, so, I mean, well, if you're not doing Spark and stuff, Pork Chop and Ray, you pretty much just do proxy picks. I was just wondering if anybody's noticed any difference between this year and last year. I'm noticing more in difference in this month than 2 months ago, but about last year, I don't think I'm seeing much. But apparently, doing all these ID checks and all that, they're thinning things out. And what I'm noticing is the orders and the amount of orders or offers. They seem to be a lot more offers. I don't know. We're gonna y'all gonna have to write something in here we can talk about because I'm running out of wind. Um, I did put solar panel on top of my storage building now. I did the review. I had a cord. You can hook 3 solar panels up for your cord, like a what do you call it? A pigtail. But, and this seems to be charging, but it's not charging uh, my LiFePO battery. They're supposed to have like 14.2 volts in them. And it seems to only be charging it at 12.9, but that might be that solar panel and that, what's it called, MTT or MPP control box. It seems to be limiting it. I don't know, but from what I remember reading, it will make that battery not last as long. But I didn't pay for the battery anyway, so if I get a couple of years out of it, I'm good. I've got another one sitting in this closet that I don't use that I'll just swap it out. But it's sure nice having a charged battery. Hello, T. Ron. Well, it will be the same orders that kick people out of the program due to bad idea. Yeah. I'm seeing more orders. It seems like But I have noticed that, you know how we used to let them, what's that word? Where they said there's a specific word for it, and I can't think of it right now. But I'm seeing it cycle through, and it'll go up a couple bucks, and it'll go up another dollar, and then somebody takes it. But they're still taking it way before they should. They shouldn't even be thinking about it till it hits about $15 or more. Anyhow, yeah, that solar panel sit in this other closet in that other room since I've moved here, and it sit in the closet in the apartment too for a year. Want to get a generator with solar panels before hurricane season, but there are so many, it is confusing. It is a big investment, so I want to get the correct one. Yeah, I don't have a clue about them. I think Ray does a little bit of solar stuff and knows a little more about it. Wouldn't take much to know more about it than me because I don't know much. I had considered putting that solar panel out here on top of the carport and running that battery and inverter in here and hooking up the computer to it. But looking at the, you know, you can download or not download, but you can go to a website, smartmeter.org, or what is it? Oh, where's my cursor? Online bills. Smartmetertexas.com. Okay, I'm sure there might be from other states, but you can see every 15 minutes reading. And turning on the computer, even using the washing machine, doesn't make much difference at all. It's that daggone heater. Man, that heater kicks on. The old meters had the little wheel, but you see that black mark spin around. Well, the new meters is basically the same thing. You just see it, two little black dots go by, and that the guys from Encore told me that's the same thing as that wheel. Man, when that dryer or that heater kicks on, it's shoot, shoot, shoot. The rest of the time it's shoot, shoot. You're barely moving. Jackery seems to be one a lot of people choose. Yeah, I remember Jackery. A lot of the camping people used the Jackery, and there was a couple more people that used them. There is a guy. What is his name? He's got a YouTube channel, but I mean, he's an RVer, full time. Oh, didn't mean to do that. He's a full time RVer, and but he does a lot of reviews on that stuff for camping, and that basically would be what you'd need to do. New window. I'm going to see if I can find that right quick because he might be somebody you might want to go to his YouTube channel and just click on videos, and then you can scroll through videos without having to look at shorts and all that mess. Big old beard. He'll be under Dirty Shoes Adventures. Let's see. Let me go to YouTube. Y'all bear with me just a minute. I can't remember his name. Switch account. Dirty Shoes Adventures. Hey, Steve, how you doing? I needed an audio guy. I know you're a laser light guy, but I think I've got the microphone where it's going to work right. It's having problems every time I turn my head. It will start breaking up, and hopefully this will fix it. I've got the mic up here. I've got a different mic I'm trying out, but we'll see how it works out. We can give me just a minute. I'm scrolling through trying to. Man, I forgot about a lot of these people. Is that it? Yes, his name's Bob. I remember that. But check this guy out, Pork Chop, or check out his channel. and there'll be reviews on different things on the solar powered generators and solar panels and stuff. Because basically, it's what you're going to want. Because I mean, I know it's your house, but some of those RVs pull a lot of juice. So anyway, check him out. And good Lord, he got 794,000 subscribers now. He was a pretty much kind of a homeless when he first started, but he started a YouTube channel because he was full time RVing, and it was the lifestyle he chose. But man, he took it on, and you know this was before the pandemic and all that. So people was trying to get off the grid and stuff, and a lot of his stuff is all off grid stuff. He does the big rubber tire rendezvous in Arizona. Uh, anyway, check him out. Not necessarily him, but some of the videos because he covers the Jackery and then a bunch of the different. That rendezvous they have in Arizona, they have big vendors. It's a big event now. Rubber Tire Rendezvous, I believe is what it's called. They do it out there in the BLM land in Arizona. I started to go one time, but I heard that there's a lot of drug use and drunks and stuff like that. I don't care if somebody gets a little inebriated and has a good time, or gets smokes a little grass and has a laid back good conversation. It's the other drugs that I don't want to be around. Here's a book I watch about solar power. Oh, okay. There's a lot of stuff out there. But anyway. That them solar panels, I don't know. If you can get with a good electric company that does the buyback, I guess it's okay. If the batteries wasn't so expensive, it'd be great if you could just go completely off grid. But it's a lot of money for those batteries, you know. 45-degree angle down toward your mouth and about 10 inches if above. I don't think that's a 45-degree angle. Oh, is that? Oh, there it goes. It's kind of got a slight slope down, but if it's sounding okay right there, I got it just out of frame. Well, not right now, but you know what I mean. But this one is just a USB mic. I did a review. It was like $49, but we'll see. I used I don't even know what I did with it. Maybe I put it back in this case. Because the audio about midstream, literally midstream, about 30 to 40 minutes into it, it starts breaking up like it's getting overheated or shorting out or something, or just not a good internet connection. But I got a 2 gig internet connection, so that shouldn't be the problem. I put these on again last night and seemed to work good. But like Ray was saying, these might sound better, but you know, I've got this Scarlett mic, which is not a cheap mic. I mean, they've got more expensive ones, but it's $200. Well, we looked at that last night. I think between the control box, the headphones, and this, and a set, it's like $299. But I don't know. I'm beginning to get a collection of stuff. I did sell one of my dash cams today, though. Well, that was good. That was a good dash cam, too. But I didn't want to change out my cable and rerun it and all that. The good thing about it is, well, y'all might have saw the review on it. It has two lenses on the front. One was it zoomed in somewhat, and the other one was regular wide angle. But you could see street signs, license plates really good, and it had the rear camera. Anyway, the guy was tickled to get it. Actually, it was his daughter-in-law that was getting it. He's just the one that got it. He bought one from us before, so anyhow. Why? Oh, rain shower Sunday. It just popped up down there on the bottom of down by my clock. I had some programs on the computer. I had to get the hard drive replaced, and I don't know. When he reloaded Windows, it put the Rogue for RGB lighting and all kinds of crap, and I don't have none of that. I guess it comes with that version of Windows. I removed it all. I want this computer to be bare bones. All I want is my editor, Audacity, and GIMP. That's my three main apps. I don't really want all that other stuff. I'm not a gamer, so I removed, what is that, Xbox Live that comes with Windows. I removed it. Yeah, and Alex Sheen is over on Dirty Shoes Adventures. I just saw him. Wired to Fish, two tired teachers. I wonder if they're still around. It's two old ladies, older ladies. They were RVers, not full time, but they were two retired teachers. Hey, Dash and Grandpa's live. Wow, maybe we should go watch his live. Oh, it's funny. I don't know how many people y'all have on your subscriptions on YouTube, but how many of them do you watch? I had the complete Epstein file sent to me. Looks like I'll be up all night. I don't know how you do everything you do, Steve, between all your podcasts and your live streams and working a little here and there too. I hope that you're making enough off of YouTube and your podcasts and stuff like that to kind of compensate you to where you don't have to kill yourself. Because man, you are gung ho on all these live streams and everything, man. I don't know how you keep up with it. I can barely keep up with two channels and reviews. And you got it going. I subscribe to a lot, but only watch a handful regularly. That's me. That's why when I logged in here on Dirty Shoes Adventures, man, I'm seeing people on there, and some of them I met. But I just don't. But I'm noticing some of them don't have the little blue dot beside them, so they don't have any new content. I'm working with so many different groups, kind of steering me into new waters. Yeah, what is it? How can I word this without? Are you still having to do a lot of deliveries too on top of that? Or are you not having to do as many deliveries because you don't have time to do deliveries? I think that would be a good way to ask what I'm getting at without asking. Because I have in the 100 of who I'm subscribed to, I've trimmed who I watch though. I watch a lot of car channels for my car channel too. Here's Ovens Rocky Mountain Adventures, Primal Outdoors, Ontario Hiking Trails. I mean, a lot of these are hiking and camping stuff, but there's a lot of fishing ones too. Actually, there's a lot of channels on here that they don't have any new content. Dude RV, he lives somewhere down in southeast Texas, somewhere around Tyler, I think. He he's pretty cool. I would if he was around, I would go meet him. He did a lot of almost probably by now he's probably hit every Texas state park and maybe over into Louisiana and Oklahoma. Mark Denny, Lone Star Rider, that guy, toured on his motorcycle and had a teardrop camper that he hooked up to his motorcycle. But his son died with diabetes, so that's he's riding for the cure, and he would get donations and stuff like that and send them to the Diabetes Foundation, whatever it is. But he traveled all over the United States. I do 30 hours a week last mile deliveries, but another 30 plus hours with other projects and more production than in the last few years. Just got back from 9 days in Miami working. Oh, okay. So that's good that you can get back in it because you probably really enjoy that. You probably enjoy that more so than the gig stuff. I would think. I would think anyway. It'd be more exciting because some of this stuff gets repetitious, and some of it gets your blood pressure up. And I know this latest update with Spark. It was they added a little bit to it, but this time they physically made you sign the agreement. So they're cracking down. I think they're trying to CYA because they know a lot of stuff is going down with these gig apps, and I think they're wanting to wipe their hands clean. I got my hand in many income streams. That's good. That's the only way to make it, I think. But you don't want to kill yourself with it either, because you know. I did. By the way, I did turn on. I did get a DoorDash schedule the other day, and I worked it for an hour. But out of about 6 deliveries, I did one, but almost every one of them there was double orders, and some of them were 3 pickups. Now, granted, I'm in Burke Burnett, which is north of Wichita Falls, but it's 11,000 people. But it's funny, used to on DoorDash and Uber and all the rest of them, you had one pickup, and then they started kind of stacking. Every once in a while, you'd get a stacked order, but everyone, all but a couple of these were all stacked orders, and they were going out 8 and 9 miles, and they was paying $6, and one of them was like 4.2 miles, and it was like $3. The one that I did take though, it was 650. It was like 2.1 miles. It was right here in town, and it was from Whataburger, and it wound up. I know it was 650, and then when I dropped it off, it showed 17 or 1750. But that's a major hidden tip there. I didn't think they were still doing that, but apparently they are. I'm up at 6 a.m. watching a live show with Offer with Malcolm. Then I'm watching yourself at this time and doing my own videos and proxy pics during the day, also helping Wendy with her health issues. 6 a.m. Whew. I make my presence known. My goal is to make everyone I work with remember my name, and that each time I work with them, I am usually making more each time. The pandemic killed the laser company from March 2020 through 21, then slow come back. But now the lasers is raging again. I don't know how much you pay, but you implied that it pays rather well, especially if they're flying you down there. Because from where you live to Florida, that'd probably be too far to drive. I guess you could drive it, but man, what would that be? Because it's probably 8 or 9 hours from here to Denver, and then you're going to go, and it's 12 hours from here to Gulfport, Mississippi. So probably another 6 hours over to Florida. That'd be 12, 6, 18, 20, about 26-hour drive. Pays great. Plus the work is fun most of the time. That's what I would think it'd be a lot of fun. And that's the whole thing. If you enjoy doing it. I did make a comment on Brian G. Johnson's video today that I actually screenshotted what I wrote, because I really kind of liked it. I mean, I don't come up with a lot of things, but that one was. Oh, I didn't screenshot. Yeah, I thought I did. Because I knew I wouldn't remember it, but I like that saying. Well, we're going to find it because I liked it, and I'm going to share it with y'all. Let's see. Grandpa's Random Reviews. Subscriptions. Where's Brian at? Brian Johnson. Videos. There.
What if the most
Comments. Mine should be at the top. Oh, I thought I'd always put your comments. I don't know why I'm looking at this on my phone. There we go. Okay, y'all listen to this, because I don't come up with good stuff very often, but I like this one. And this was just in the reply that I'm up. Success isn't measured by clicks and views, but rather by the satisfaction you receive by creating. That's for YouTubers. I thought that was pretty good for an old nobody, no uneducated nobody. But I like that saying, though. Success isn't measured by clicks and views, but rather by satisfaction you receive by creating. And it's the same thing with your lasers. It may pay good and everything and be great, but if you're not happy with it, then you're not going to be successful at it. But even if it paid less and you really enjoyed it, and it put food on the table, that is success. It's not the dollars and cents or clicks and views. It's the mentality of it. That was deep for me, huh? I used to get really deep on things. I don't know if y'all remember, Facebook used to have, what was it called, stories? I wrote some pretty good ones. I don't know if they deleted them, or I don't know. I don't even know where they're at anymore. They pay flights, hotels. Oh, cool. I'm getting to tell ICE to camp out at the Walmart online pickup parking spots. Oh, camp out. Going to make Spark great again. There you go. There's phone numbers in the new terms of use on Spark. And howdy, by the way, Tim. I'm about to hit the bed. I'd rather get the clicks and views than make that YouTube money. Yeah, but what good is it if you don't enjoy it? You know, uh, you got to enjoy it. I know it doesn't sound like it pays the bills, but it's a mentality thing because you got to be reasonable about it. I mean, you don't want to spend your life working and killing yourself, but you got to use a little common sense about it. You don't have to work 80 hours. If you can survive on $2,000 a month, you don't need to make $5,000 a month and not have no time to go out to the lake or go to the park. Make a little less, spend a little more time doing what you do, because one of these days you're not going to be able to do it. Oh, y'all are ganging up on me. Here I am trying to be philosophical, and y'all are just blowing it out of the water. It's those views that make that money, not subscriber count. I like that, right? Well, thank you, Steve. I'm glad somebody liked it. It's like this: make the bank selling your soul on one channel and use that money on the channel you love. Yeah, but you got to have time to do that other channel. I've got Dirty Shoes Adventures. I love that channel and everything that I did on that channel. I don't have time to do it though. And I don't know, forget those that's been around me. I had Dash and Grandpa for about 3 years now or so. And I used to talk about that, taking the time to go walk around the lake. And now I'm in that boat where I've got stacks of stuff that needs to be reviewed right now and a desk to put together. I think I'm going to sell the desk though. I don't really need it. I kind of wanted to use it in the storage room, but I've got 3 folding tables, so why not use one of them and sell the desk? But I don't know. I enjoy making the video, getting to meet new people through it all. It's fun too. Well, there you go. As long as you're having fun and making money, you gotta make. I know you gotta make the money, but I'll be honest, man. What really made me start realizing about a lot of things was about 2000 and 2001, when you're looking at somebody that's real, that you love very much, and they're dying. It makes you realize how life can be, and life's going to keep going for everybody else, and the bills are going to keep going and everything else. But you got to take time for yourself if you can, but you still got to make money. There for a while, I was all against that. I wanted to do everything I possibly could do, enjoy life, but you got to come back to reality. You can't 100% do that, but you can still do it though. Like I said, if your bills are $2,000 a month, you don't need to make $5,000 a month. Great if you can, but you do need to spend some time with yourself, and your family and whatnot, because they're not always going to be there, and you're not always going to be able to go out to the lake and walk around. You may have to have an electric wheelchair, which if you need one, I got one. I'm making videos. Do you do your reviews at the picnic table next to the lake so you can do some fishing in between each product review? Actually, I do. The tackle box that I did a couple of days ago, I wound up staying out it's a little city lake. I wound up staying out there for a little while fishing. But that's what I like about doing those kind of reviews, is because I'm out at the lake and You can do the video and then go put the camera up, and then you can go do what you want to do for a little bit. But I kicked Spark on when I was over there, and it was on probably an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, and 5 or 6 offers popped up, and none of them was worth taking. I just turned it off and came to the house. You need to get a scooter out and doing more adventures and videos. Yes. Well, I thought it was going to warm up, but I was reading the weather a while ago, and was it going to be 61 degrees? So it's going to be cooling back off. You know, upper 70s, low 80s. Man, I'm great with, but 61 Wednesday. That's too cold. Cropping season's coming too, though. 61 is warm. Now, it's 72 degrees in here, Tim, and I have a hoodie on. That's bad. But I guess my thermostat got fried by radiation. So that actually really is a thing. But I get cold so easy, and it's not psychological either, man. My hands, they'll be like ice. And I did start taking iron pills, iron supplement vitamins. It's probably 62 in my house, and I'm in shorts and t-shirt. I used to, well, I don't know if I was ever that much, but 72, I'd have been in here in shorts and a t-shirt. It didn't bother me at all. I was a forklift driver in the dead of winter, and your snot would freeze and iced up and everything. I was fine. Ain't no way I could do it now. But anyway, by the way, I think my mom, if she's still awake, she's on here watching, but she's watching on the TV. She was sick, or is sick, so she is not on here, but she is watching. Home Depot shed to tiny house. Live in this for under $8,400 delivered. That was 2 weeks ago by Cheap RV Living. Could you imagine living? Well, my sister actually had it wasn't a little shed though. It was one of those big kit house things that they had it by the swimming pool, and you could live in that thing. It was pretty nice. Yeah, I do too. My sister was sick, and I think she caught it from my sister. I had to go over there last night, and hopefully I don't get kicked the flu. I went and not a motor. What was that? Where's your text at, Mom? No, don't get up because I will figure it out. Oh, there we go. Emmetrol. Go there and click on the flu bomb recipe link. That will help your mom. Let me. My daughter, well, my oldest grandson was sick. I guess he's still sick. I don't know. I haven't talked to her. But they were all getting sick. So apparently it's going around. Okay, got that open. KickTheFluTrading.com or trading company. Isn't it funny how we see stuff and our mind tells us .com and it's company? That was the website thing I was working on. I was shocked. The site is still up. Oh, is this your website? Kicktheflu.com. You know, I quit messing with. I had a dashinggrandpa.com and I had a web page on it, but it was just a hub pointing to Dirty Shoes Adventures, to Grandpa's Random Reviews, to this channel, and some more channels. But nobody ever looked at it, and it was $10 a month. So I just, heck with it, let it go. Yeah, I canceled it last year, and it's still there. I don't know how you're getting. Well, I don't know where your server is. You know, at one time I ran a web server off of my computer. I had a second computer, and I had it set up as a web server because I had a static IP, so I didn't have to worry about that. And there used to be a program. I don't know if it's still around or not, but it would redirect the IP number to your server. So even if they are dynamic IP, even if your IP changed, it would still redirect it to your server, so you didn't have to worry about it. I'm beyond. I'm too much to mess with. I had it on Bluehost. I was using Dream. What was it called? It was in California. Dream something. Dreamhost. It was dreamhost.com. But it was $10 a month. You know, to get a .com, it's not that bad. A lot of times you can get them for $10 or less, especially through like GoDaddy or somewhere like that. My website got deleted after a month of me forgetting to pay the bill. I had that site for about 22 years. Dang! I used to have a site, but I think it was on Yahoo. It wasn't a dedicated page, but I would have liked to have all the stuff I had on it because I had a lot of family pictures and things, whatnot. Oh, really? The domain names just went up. Huh. There for a while, you could get them for like $4 and $5. I am big. Good night, Brandon. Good night, chat. Good night, Moon. Good night, Steve. Have a good one, man. I don't know how you stayed up this long as much as you got going, but have a good one. Thanks for dropping by. One of these days, I'm going to call you out on the snowmobile. I've not forgot. This was supposed to originally be a blog affiliate website for health and well-being. I hear that you can make money off those blog sites, but I've just never really done it. 9 watching. Oh, I hadn't noticed there was 9 watching. That's cool. I know Mom is one of them. And by the way, Mom, I'm not going to bug you again tonight, but if you need anything, I will be in Wichita tomorrow. So, I learned I can't write worth a crap, but now we have AI to help with that. I think I watched a video. I don't remember who it was, but they were saying you could create the whole website and automatically create the blog post and everything else. You just put a topic in it and it would fill everything out, put it, the HTML, it did all of it. I used to love coding pages, but then they started getting into the uh, uh, what was it after Java? Anyway, now I think they've deleted it altogether. But used to, I could code a basic web page, just write the code for it. I didn't have to use editors or nothing. But then it just got so technical, and I still could, but it would just be a bland page, compared to what they have now. Yeah, there was something that what was that other? It was for scripting and for movements on a page. It wasn't JavaScript because JavaScript is what we was using too. Um, I learned HTML coding back in the very beginning of the world. I wasn't at the very beginning, but it was 10 years ago. No, longer than that. Good Lord. It was probably about 2005, around 2005, so 20 years ago. Yeah, your head, and you had to have the HTML tags, and some of that's, I still think some of it for your metadata, and that's the same thing as your keywords and for your video. That's why I think that's still keywords. A lot of these gurus are saying that keywords don't matter on YouTube videos, but I beg to differ. But I think it also depends on the size of your channel and different things. But when you're doing like a review channel, when you got a mouse, you got a remote, you got some lav mics, you need keywords on each one of those videos because you're touching bases with a lot of people and they don't know you. They're just looking for that. So I think keywords is still really big. And that's your metadata that we used to put in the coding on HTML up in the head. What you had, the head and then your body. Yeah, anything I learned is up. It really is. Man, they got AIs that write all that stuff, and twice as good as what I could do. But it was fun. I had a guy with his chat, his in the chat rooms. His Adobe. His name was Robert. He lived over in Gainesville, Texas, here, about, I don't know, 70 miles from here. He was old, retired. He was retired from, wasn't Encore, but like Texas Electric or something like that. But he went to night classes on HTML, and he was in private chats and stuff. He was asking me how to do this and how to do that. And I'm like, man, you're going to school for that. He goes, but they won't teach us that. You know more about it than they're teaching us. And I'm like, but it was back when everything was basic. I wasn't a guru at all. I guess maybe at that specific time, I was pretty good at it, but there was people a lot better. But it didn't take long, and it kept moving, advancing, and I started backing off of it. It's kind of like doing computers. I used to build computers and all that, but there's so many little things now that I don't keep up with. I don't know what the best motherboard is, the best CPU. You know, I know enough to talk to a computer repairman and know what they're talking about, but that's about it nowadays. Hello, Caleb. It threw me off for a minute. That's my son's name. To take advantage so quick back then. Yeah, it did. But writing, I guess you could still use the basic HTML. It was sure a lot easier doing forms and stuff, man. Instead of having to do it in Word, like on WordPad, if I could just make a web page, I could do it so much easier than using Word. But now everything's kind of gotten better now. But I went from taking computer classes in '88 on Apple IIs, and the internet being up 5 years later. Yeah, well, he was way before me. We got let's see, my son was born in '89. Well, that's about the 87 or 88 is about when no, I take that back. We didn't have that computer until he was probably in second grade. So probably mid '90s was the first computer that we ever had. Now, when I was in high school, in the typing class, they switched from typewriters to computers, and that was the only computer I'd ever been around. My uncle had computers, but we didn't mess with that much. We was too busy playing and stuff. Shoot, I'm wrong. The internet came out 4 years later. Oh, gig work is slowing down because of people running out of money. I'm hoping, especially for Amazon, since I do all the Amazon reviews, I'm hoping that people are going to start getting their income tax checks back and start loosening up with that. You would think in March and April it ought to be good. I don't know. And it seems like it ought to be picking up a little bit too, because there's going to be, in time, there's going to be less illegal accounts out there. So I don't know, but I was just kind of wondering what y'all thought. I was working at a Radio Shack in '90 and '92, and I think the internet came out right when I was quitting Radio Shack and went to Best Buy. I used to like Best Buy, but man, their prices, if anybody would just price things like hardware, power supply, motherboard, and stuff like that, if they would just price that stuff at like Newegg, and there's no more Tiger Direct, that was my favorite one, prize. But they would laugh at the prices Best Buy puts on it, but people don't know, so they'll go to Best Buy. And the bad thing about Best Buy, probably 85 to 90% of them that work around them computers, they're reading the side of the box. They don't have a clue. But there are some good ones, but not a lot of them. I still made $255 today. Hey, I went to town today. I made $125 and spent 80 of it. My first phone was TGE Nokia first gen. Huh. Mine was first cell phone was, I don't remember the model number, but it was a Nokia, but it was a flipped sideways phone, but it had a typewriter, a little keyboard on the bottom, across the bottom, and the screen would fold down like that. I think that was my first one. I know it was a Nokia because I had Nokias up until I got a Motorola, and then I switched to Samsung. I've been stuck with Samsung ever since. A lot of people refinancing their homes, as several homeowners tell us when we go to take pictures of their homes for Proxy Pics. Wow. I ain't no way I would be refinancing right now or even buying a house, because I have a feeling everything's fixing to get a little cheaper. Heck, even just any sort of cables are high priced, but yeah, they are. The only advantage to Best Buy for me is if I need for instance, last thing I think I bought at Best Buy like that was a 3.5 millimeter to a USB-C port cord. So, and it was like $9 or $12, something like that. And you can get it on Amazon a lot cheaper, but I needed it right then. I didn't have time. Hello, Jess. My person. Yeah, Amazon. Well, last month, Amazon, my sales were up. But so far this month, they seem to be back. They're down. But I'm hoping they'll pick up. I should be doing good right now. But I'd like to have all my Amazon checks like this last Amazon check. I know people make a lot more than my check was, but that was the most I'd ever made off Amazon, and I was happy. The first cell phone was back phone back in 1990. Flip phones didn't exist yet. I was working for the city of Wichita Falls. Yeah, it was I guess the late 90s is when I got that phone. But people had cell phones before I ever got one. I'm always behind. It took me years to come out of the bell bottom pants. Took me years to come out of the weeds shorts. Took me years to get a computer. And it took me more years to get a cell phone. I'm just, and it's funny how times change. So now I want the best of the best. Was that champagne taste on a beer budget? I'll pick up a couple of months before the summer slowdown. My first phone was a car phone. That was worth more than the car that it went into. Just a crazy youth. My first handheld phone was a Nokia. I have no idea what my first handheld was. I just remember mine was a Nokia, but I don't remember. Had a little flip Nokia, and then I really want to say the one with the keyboard. Maybe that was the second one I had. That was a cool phone. I liked it. It was a special. I think people are still getting deliveries, but I'm sorry, I missed that. Yeah, that word. When you to use these services more like weekends, summer breaks, etc., it will pick back up. Not sure if it will ever be like it was, especially during. Oh yeah, I don't think it'll ever. I came in on the tail end of COVID, the middle to the tail end of it. Man, you could. I was driving that Yukon, you know, 12, 14 miles a gallon, and I was making some pretty good money, even driving that. Ain't no way you could do it now. I mean, I guess if you like Tim, if you had like big catering orders, you could, but we don't have catering here. My mom's neighbor's got a Yukon. I'm not a Yukon, a Tahoe. I'd really like to have a Tahoe like that. It's sharp looking. I was working at a car dealership back in Wimbledon as service writer. Oh, just one of those that rip people off, huh? Probably all dealerships are not like that. Just some of them are. I go in there with 3 handheld phones. They used to have fingers and mini pies back then, but I was making money. These service plans they have, the Nissan dealership here is, they're a ripoff, man. Because in order to keep those service plans, you have to do the oil changes and the oil flush or the transmission flushes and all that, or it might void your warranty. And it costs, by the time you pay $80 to $90 for each oil change, a year's worth of oil changes might have done the repair work on the car. In the early 90s, most car dealers here gave you free car phone for buying a car. Wow. I've only bought, I think I've only bought one brand new car. And that was an 88. It was an 88 Cavalier Z24. I don't remember ever buying another brand new one. And I probably wouldn't buy a brand new one now, even if I had the money. It's too much depreciation within 6 months. We had a pretty honest dealership there. Well, that was good because some of them are not. It was a great place to work. I'm still in contact with my old manager. He's still helping the old folks that we used to deal with for many, many years. That's good. You just don't find many honest dealerships anymore. Not especially around here. Our big dealership here, who handled Mercedes, BMW, Cadillac, not Chevrolet. They had all of the main car makers except for Chevrolet and Ford. They had all the other ones, the Cadillacs, BMWs, Mercedes. Anyway, he wound up shooting himself and it went kablook. And I guess his wife sold to Foundation. I think they're out of Dallas. No. Are they out of Kansas? Y'all may have them up there. The Foundation is the name of it. They're from up north of us somewhere. But and now it's being sold. So I don't know what's going to happen to it. There's a 94 Z24 station wagon on the marketplace right now. I didn't know they made a station wagon. Needs a motor, but body and interior look great. Wow. Mine was the little two-door sporty car. Had a 6-cylinder in it from what I remember. But I like the Berettas, but they had that real long dash, and now a lot of cars have that now. The cab forward design. So we settled for we like the Cavalier better. Didn't know they made the station wagon either until I saw it today. Now there is a country song, and I meant to look up the lyrics, and I didn't look them up, but it's an old one. You got Hank and Lefty and there's Z24. It sounds like Set 'em Up Joe when they walk through the door. You may know the song I'm talking about, but I think that's the line in it. You got Hank and Lefty and there's Z24. But that might not be what he's saying, but it sure sounds like it. Always has, and I always meant to look that up, and I forgot about it until just now. I didn't. I don't think Z24s was around when Hank and Lefty were around, but it sure sounds like it. I don't know that song. Not a big country music fan. Hip hop, hippity hop hop, don't stop till you get to the top. The Hotel, Motel, Holiday Inn. Well, we bought a couple of new cars from the local Chevy dealership that was an honest dealership. Unfortunately, Mr. Cohan passed away in a car parked in the dealership. His girlfriend closed the place up. I wanted to get into the used cars, and I could have probably, because my dad had a friend, they used to drive trucks together, and he had a car lot in Fort Worth. And I really started to see if I could get a couple of cars from him and bring here and to sell them because of the prices he was getting for them in Fort Worth. And you could get more for them here because the prices in the Dallas Fort Worth area are generally cheaper than what they are around Wichita Falls because there's a lot more of them. I just never did do it, and then I decided I'd probably be too honest to be a good salesman. Because if it had a little knock in, I'd say, I don't think you want that one. I used to hear you could put, what was it? You put sawdust in the oil to keep the lifters, the tapping. You put sawdust in the oil, and that would prevent them from tapping. Of course, didn't do the motor any good. Wound up blowing the motor, but it would be sold and out the door. As is. There was some dealers in Wichita Falls that would do that. This was back in the 70s, probably before that too. It's just, I remember hearing that the dealership was run by him for a while. I sold used cars briefly in the 90s. It was a shady dealership, and I'm not shady as we parted ways. That would just be me. I'd just be too honest about it. Say, yeah, you don't really want that one. But I always thought it was kind of neat because you can, well, not so much now, but 10 years ago, you could pick up some good deals, not here in Wichita Falls, but in the Dallas area. You could pick up a car for $2,000 and bring it here and sell it for $3,000 or $4,000. Easy. Now those $2,000 cars are $5,000 and up. Prices of pickups is amazing. I've been looking at pickups. Good Lord. Ain't no way. Even used. If they're like 5 or 6 years old, they're still wanting $60,000 and $70,000 for them. And they'll have 180 to 200,000 miles on them. There were some dealers back home that were very dodgy indeed. However, when I went to work for the last dealership here, they made the one back home look like himself. So has this mic broken up any at all, or has it been pretty consistent on the audio sound for this entire live stream? I'm just kind of curious if it's been breaking up and y'all are just being nice and not telling me. Dr. Paul, how are you? Okay, well, hopefully we've got the cure. They got old Hank and Lefty, and there's B24. Set them up, Jeff. So it's B20. There's B24. I don't know what that is, but I always thought it sounded like then there's E24s. And I'm like, I know that can't be right. And I forgot about it until it rolled through a while ago. But you know that song, that's for sure. Well, oh, okay. Sound has been steady. Good deal. Well, hopefully that fixes the problem. I'd say the best useful full-size pickup to get is a Toyota Tundra with a 5.7 liter. Maintain they will run forever. Yeah, but isn't the Tundra? I haven't looked in a while, but it seems like when I was looking at pickups before I got that Yukon, which It's been 10 years. The Toyota Tundra was the worst gas mileage out of all pickups. But that was then. They may have done a lot better now. B24 is probably the jukebox selection. Oh, okay. Okay. Now that makes sense. Got it. Thank y'all. I can sleep better tonight. If you're retired, why work? Enjoy life, man. I wish I was retired. People ask me if I'm retired, and I'm like, semi, sort of, I guess. I mean, I don't work at W-2. And that's if I want to sleep till noon, I can sleep till noon. If I want to get up at 8 o'clock in the morning, I can get up at 8 o'clock in the morning. So I'm kind of like being retired, but I still gotta pay the bills, and I got no Social Security. That's what do you got to be 67 now? So I got a little over 7 years left. The Tundra's chassis frames rust out, unfortunately. Oh. Yeah, pork chop, not sure where the mic is, but it's been it's right there. You know, when we was on last night, so I said I was going to put it back where it was, and leave it where we put it at and try it, and I didn't move it all day. I try to get the little, well, you can't see it, the sign, the edge of the sign right at the top of the frame. Toyota in Japan bought one of those Tundras. Oh, bought a Tundra back from the customer after he broke 1 million miles. Wow. Hello, Presley. Sorry, my video is behind the chat. Oh, no, that was fine. When you wrote that, I knew exactly what you was talking about. You know, if you used to be on chat lines a lot back when AOL and what was it, MSN and things like that, people would be all over the place in chat. And, you know, they would come in and they would start talking about something that was talked about 5 minutes ago. So you had to keep it clicking. I think that helped me at the state hospital when I worked out there too, because people talk off the wall stuff. But if you listen to them, you understand where they're coming from. So when you said that, I'm good. And you had to decipher people because there wasn't no audio like this. It was all typing. And some of the people's spellings and stuff like that, you had to decipher stuff. That Ford gets 6 to 8 miles. God, man. Well, yeah, they would get better than that. But I was thinking that like 14 miles a gallon or something. Gas mileage on a Toyota Tundra. Oh, wow, they've gotten better. This is showing 19 miles a gallon. 18 city, 23 highway. That wouldn't be bad. I could do that. If I don't keep my foot out of my car, I get about 20 miles a gallon, 21. But I tend to be heavy footed. I got to quit doing that because here in this little town where I live, I got a motorcycle cop now. The old Toyota Helix is a great truck. Mighty hard to kill one of those trucks. Well, it's 10:30. Time for me to head to bed. Late again. You're a working man. You got some catering orders to do tomorrow, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to do Spark tomorrow or not. I haven't really done it this week. I've got all these reviews to do. Saturday, the bars look good on Spark, though. So it may work Saturday and Sunday. got to go do a few errands in Wichita tomorrow, though. So I may turn it on while I'm in town and just see. And all these, the majority of the reviews I actually have now are $20 a pop. So I mean, get paid to do them, get paid from Amazon, and then I get to sell the product. And the Bowie flea market will be coming up here in a couple of weeks. Anyway, have a good night, Tim. Appreciate you coming by and hanging out. It's been a rocking night. Wish I had a DJ voice. We could rock this place and rock it inside out. New Tundras have a twin turbo 6-cylinder. Those motors won't last as long as the V8. I agree, because I know some people think the 6-cylinders get good gas mileage, but I'm kind of thinking a V8 would probably be better because you're pulling a lot of weight. My only thing that is a requirement if I get a new vehicle is the towing capacity. Because if things keep going like they're going, which who knows what they're going to do, but I would like to get an enclosed trailer, and be able to take that to like Bowie. And then some of the stuff I could leave in that trailer because I've got a place to park it now. And eventually I would like to get a boat. I can buy me a boat. Not a big one, just, 19 foot or so. Gonna rock the place and make it scream and shit. Okay. Good night, sir. Have a good night. Anyway, I probably ought to get off here myself. And I've got 2 videos to review. They're supposed to be 90 seconds each, a minimum of 90 seconds. The one video I haven't even edited yet. I loaded it up on my editor. It's 1 minute and 41 seconds. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to get 90 seconds out of that, but I may get some like pictures from the Amazon page and kind of pop them in there to kind of try to spread it out just a little. But I mean, how much can you say about a little pigtail solar panel cord? I mean, it plugs into your solar panel and it plugs into your cables running inside. Don't rock the jukebox. Don't rock the boat, baby. Who sang that? Rock. I know who rocking the jukebox is, but who sang that? Don't rock the boat. That was like in the 60s. I know my mom said, I know, but I know. I'm not making fun of you, Mom, if you're still here. Hopefully you're sleeping. Well, we're going to ask Google because I'm curious now. Who sang Don't Rock the Boat? The Hughes Corporation? I heard the song. I never heard of them. Midnight Star? Is that? I don't know. I can't play enough of it because of Midnight Star. Okay. Well, that's what this is showing. What year? Let's see. Well, why I wonder when you go to Google it is the Hughes Corporation. Who sang "Rock the Boat" in the 80s? That was long before the 80s. That was back in the 60s. I thought "Rock the Boat" is what we're thinking of. Who sang the Love Boat theme? I don't want the Love Boat theme. It's a song by the American trio, the Hughes Corporation, written by Wally Holmes. "Rock the Boat" was first featured on their 1973 debut. Oh, it was in the 70s. I thought it was the 60s. So maybe the Midnight Star was a remake. Well, I just got a notification about the plant stand. I still have the plant stand on the marketplace. Hi, is this still available? I'm going to say yes, it is, and I'll never hear from them again, probably. Yes, it is. Still in the box. Anyway, I am going to get off here and edit. I did the solar panel and then the little propane bottle thing. Hopefully, I can get 90 seconds out of them. But anyhow, I'm going to get off here, y'all, and do a little work and eat some Cracker Jacks. Link in the description. No, just kidding. It would be kind of cool if you could get sponsors like Cracker Jacks. I have a marketplace that I'm just going to put on a website. Yeah. Easier to transfer to other platforms. Good. Anyway, y'all, I am out and I hope y'all have a wonderful night. And thanks for coming by and hanging out. Hopefully, the weather is going to kind of straighten itself back out, and I will be back again next week. If we don't do something between now and then, you never know. Well, we're going to stick with schedules on Wednesdays and Thursdays, but I may throw one or two in here and there when the mood hits me. But anyway, appreciate y'all coming by. Ray, y'all have a great night. Go in there and take care of Wendy. Tell her I said howdy. And thank everybody for coming by. Y'all have a great, oh yeah, y'all keep smiling, dashing, dancing, prancing, doing whatever it is you want to do. Just keep doing something because you're going to grow old if you don't. Ooh, and I'm going to run out of breath if I don't take a break in that. But anyway, y'all enjoy life. Remember, clicks and views is not all there is to it. But you do got to make money. Y'all have a good night. Bye, y'all.